I just made a video recently where I explored 2 plays that the Yankees essentially gave away outs on, in huge moments versus the Red Sox, helping contribute to a series sweep at the hands of their bitter rivals. Since that series, they actually got some pretty great news for them. That Yankee killer Rafael Devers was now out of the division entirely because of a trade to the Giants. This probably helped establish one of the best moods any fan base can have coming out of a sweep. But any of that enthusiasm was quickly dashed during yesterday's game, that saw New York be unable to score even a single run for 11 innings, due in part to one of the unluckiest plays I've ever seen on a baseball field. But first, let's start with the game itself. Both teams threatened in the initial frame, getting 2 guys on without being able to score, with Giancarlo Stanton coming off the IL to ground ball hard to third base, one of 3 times he would demolish a grounder in this game. There were very few rallies from either side for the next 8 innings, with the only notable ones involving the Yankees stranding a runner at second in the 7th, and the Angels doing the same with a guy on third in the 8th and 2 guys on in the 9th, sandwiched around an excellent twisting play from Zach Neto to rob Paul Goldschmidt. This brings us to the bottom of the 9th, where Big G would crush another one of those aforementioned grounders down the third base line, putting a runner at second with nobody out. This brings us to the unlucky moment, with Anthony Volpe at the plate looking to win the game, with the pinch running Jason Dominguez taking Stanton's place at second. On the 2-2, Jason would take off for third before seeing a pitch be grounded perfectly to third baseman Luis Rengifo. He had that base stolen by a mile, meaning there was only one possible place Anthony could have grounded a pitch to result in this outcome. And even then, look at this replay. It was like a perfect throw coming into the bag. What's more, the collision that ensued because of said play was bad enough to keep Rengifo on the ground in excruciating pain for a couple minutes afterwards. Yet he somehow managed to hold on to the ball in the moment, despite the obvious discomfort. To Rengifo's credit, he would actually manage to stay in this game afterwards, getting to watch as Austin Wells chased a high cutter for strike 3. After both teams went scoreless in the 10th, the Angels finally managed to push across something after Nolan Shanwell flipped this ball to left field, a hustle double that gave his team a 1-0 lead. But they wouldn't be able to get anything afterwards, so New York still had a chance in the bottom of the 11th, and after a leadoff walk, Cody Bellinger would drive a fastball right down the middle to right field, sending Jorge Soler back to the track where he made a leaping catch. However, the runner had advanced to third. They were still sitting pretty, right? Wrong. The next hitter, former pinch runner Dominguez, would flare a broken bat 1-hopper to second base, where rookie Christian Moore, who had registered his first career hit earlier in the game, made an excellent play, throwing out what would have been the tying run with a strike on the move. Another walk later, and veteran Hunter Strickland would be brought in to face Anthony Volpe, who promptly grounded the first pitch of his at-bat to third base. A play that looked eerily similar to the one earlier, securing the Angels a win while simultaneously handing New York what might have been its most frustrating loss of the season so far. Now, thank you so much for watching, and please remember that if you ever see anything you'd like to see detailed in the Made the Cut video, whether that be a specific play, player, or narrative surrounding a team or something, feel free to reach out to my email, basebeatpoet@gmail.com, and if I do end up using your idea, I'll of course give you a shout out. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in the next one.